The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
And we're here to tell you about ReviewParty.com. And then after we tell you about it, we're going to do a whole episode. It's kind of movie magic that we have going on here.
It's a hot, sick 1-2 punch, but like Hawaiian punch. So you want it.
I was in Woodman's the other day. The varieties of Hawaiian punch they have these days is enough to make. They're not just on the grape gape or whatever that one's called. They got like orange. They got like kiwi straw. I was like, whoa.
I was in Woodman's the other day, and they had Annie's Cocoa Bunny cereal in the discount section. $2 for a box of cereal is good already, but when it's Annie's, and it's not going bad until 5 months from now, according to the box, that snagged me a few.
I feel like that's fancy cereal, man.
Yeah,
You're
fancy.
usually paying a premium for that little bunny.
For sure.
The Annie's mac and cheese, it tastes too fancy for me. I'm like, there's some real stuff in this. I need some.
Where are my chemicals?
But this is ReviewParty.com. We usually talk about reviews from the internet, like from places like Amazon, Google, Kohl's.com, Yelp. I think that's it. That's the stuff we talk about. We make funny. We talk about Woodman's. Everyone's got to shop at Woodman's, man. Everyone would have great conversations all the time if everyone shopped at Woodman's.
It's endless.
Just endless conversation starters in that store. I had to look for Silly Putty in there the other day. Oh, I went into so many different aisles, saw so many different wonders. Real Mr. Tomness situation over there. I have a review. I've been sitting on this one for a while. Let's get it off of me. From Amazon, the Hompavo (upgraded) LED flame light bulbs, 4 modes, flickering light bulbs with upside down effect, E26/E27 flame bulb for Halloween, Christmas party, patio, porch, home, indoor, and outdoor decorations too.
Okay.
It's 2 light bulbs with a little, kind of a little flame effect inside.
Flicker.
Yes. Melissa titles their review, Bright Green Flames. Amazing, they write. These light bulbs were appealing to us because they are slimmer, and our garage lights call for a slimmer bulb. At first I was disappointed because it was only showing green, but then after reading, the bulbs do have different form modes. I love the look of the green flames. They are bright and vibrant. The bulb definitely feels quality. Not thin or cheap. All the bulbs came very well packaged. We wanted a wildfire look, very Game of Thrones, and I think it was achieved. I would definitely buy other colors. Great product so far, 5 stars.
Okay, I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Game of Groans.
Do they have green flames?
I don't know if green flames is a big thing in Game of Thrones. There's a lot of talk of... it's the story of ice and 50% fire.
Dragons, breath.
There's probably some white flame, some blue, the different colors of heat going on, but I don't recall sort of these gooey green flames being a thing.
Yeah, green flames just sound ooky spooky. Like, what are you going to summon?
Right, there's witchcraft afoot. There needs to be a cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is witches in Game of Thrones. There's like a fire priestesses, but they do be doing red flames for sure. And maybe sometimes black shadow. But never the green flames. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other context that you would use. No, man.
She got
green goo.
I got what are those jokes people say when they've got things to sell? I got a bridge to sell you somewhere, lady. If it's got green flames on it also. Green flames.
Yeah, it's just the accessory that's ruining everything. And you know what? You look at the reviews with images, No one's rocking the green flames but her.
Well, I guess be an individual, if nothing else.
You think someone showed up to the... No, it's not. It wasn't even a Game of Thrones party, so I guess she gets a bit of an excuse. She just said very Game of Thrones vibes, right?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Very Game of Thrones.
Your thick light bulbs, your sturdy. Ooh, these bulbs are so bulky and sturdy.
Slim. They're slim but bulky and dirty, bright and vibrant. Oh, but the different form modes. These are Transformer light bulbs, man. Form of wildfire, Game of Thrones green flame. Well, I think the torch is burnt out of that one. Do you have a review?
I got a couple of reviews. I think I'm gonna go with this item, also from Amazon. Well, it's currently unavailable right now. Sorry to tell everybody. Sorry to just dangle this over your noses. But I've got some reviews for Micro Ingredients is the brand name. Micro Ingredients L-tryptophan supplement, 1,500 milligrams per serving, 240 caplets, 500 milligrams per caplet. Essential amino acid. Supports mood and relaxation, non-GMO, easy to swallow.
They've crystallized the Thanksgiving nap. Beautiful.
Yeah, I got a couple reviews here. Here I'll start with this one from Kim V. Yeah. I started reading and I thought, why did I get this? And then I continued reading and I was like, oh yeah, that's why. Kim V titles their review, False Advertising, not 1,500 milligrams, actually 1,000 milligrams or less. They write, this blatantly lied about the pills being 1,500 milligrams. The pills are misrepresented by a long shot, as I own a jeweler's scale and checked, only to find out the pills weigh 1,000 milligrams. Not even close. Not to mention, that's also including the fillers/binders necessary to hold the pill together, which means they're less than 1,000 milligrams. Change your false packaging and put the true weight on there before you sell any more. 1 star.
This is, I don't know how else to say it. This is a bit of a cocaine feeling situation, isn't it? There's a lot of cocaine vibes going on here.
Ooh, very good point. I was thinking this is just like an obnoxious, insufferable, pedantic individual. As I was reading the second time.
The chemistry in strange ways as though a cokehead.
Yeah, like I know that if you're a fine chef or baker, you can kind of like measure with the weight of spices and stuff in your hands, but they're not pulling out the old jeweler's scale.
Yeah, that's the first tip.
The little tiny microscope in front of their eye.
Yep, you put the plastic on the little scale, then you zero it out, and then the nondescript white powder. How much? What else would you be having that for? I mean, maybe. I
buy some supplements every now and then. I usually do try and go for the ones that are more milligrams per capsule or pill. But when I pop the top off and remove the safety seal, I generally don't examine it and see, it looks a little slim, actually.
Put a little on your pinky nail, put it up to your nose. I don't know if this is pure trypto.
It's been cut.
Who cut this tryptophan?
As long as we're on that track, here's a review from Sound Sailor. They tell their review, be careful. And I took one of these the first night I got them. Only one, and it was way too much for me. I felt like I had been drugged. It was scary. I recommend taking 1/3 or 1/2 of a tablet to see the effects for sleep before you swallow a whole one and have the worrisome effect I did. 3 stars.
I have news for you. You were drugged. You drugged yourself willingly. That's what you do when you take drugs.
You are the culprit. The call, it's coming from inside the house, but it's because you're on the phone.
They're eepy, sleepy in their little jammies and their little nightcap, and they're snuggled in. Who could have done this?
Who put the flannel sheets on the bed?
Who turned down the heat, but not too much, just enough so it's comfy won't be cozy under the covers. And who gave me crystallized turkey sandwich?
Yeah, it's strange that people are getting this.
I guess I'm intrigued as someone who struggles to get a good night's sleep and has tried different supplements to varying degrees. What's the classic, the M1? What is that one?
Melatonin. Yeah.
Melatonin doesn't really.
From
agree
what
with
I've
me
read,
much.
and what I've read is just these reviews. It sounds like this is an alternative to melatonin with potentially less downsides. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, and valerian root's nice, and that's a big recommend.
Ashwagandha people go for. It's maybe just more calming, but
you could just keep a ball peen hammer by the side of your bed, and yeah.
Here's a review from Janine. It's quick, yeah. Janine titles the review, "Didn't help with sleep, but still good." They write, "Didn't affect my sleep as I had hoped, but great packaging, leaves no foul taste, and easy to swallow. 4 stars."
No, this pill had no effect, but boy, did I have a good time opening it and taking one. I've never had such a pleasant pill-taking experience.
My God. Nothing else to say there, so I'll just finish with J.A. Schroeder's. J.A. Schroeder titles their review, "Healthiest way to induce sleepiness." They write, "L-tryptophan got a false reputation 25 years ago as being dangerous, as 9 people died. Except it was a super unlikely single laboratory mistake. It's an essential amino acid that does help make me sleepy and stay asleep with no morning hangover. 5 stars.
It is believable because you hear this horror stories of guys that mix supplements. It's very okay to have 100 milligrams of this, but you really want 1 or 2 milligrams of this. Yeah. That's the same color powder. They switch it up, they fucking die. So maybe that happened, but I can't help but imagine sort of a tryptophan goo monster. An Incredible Hulk, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation, perhaps.
Gives you the never-ending nap.
I am become the spirit of sleep. The turkey of nightmare. Now there's a good horror movie.
I'd watch
with a turkey sandwich. When my eepy sweepy nightcap, next to my eepy sweepy fire, and I would say, "Why? Who's doing this? Who's putting me under this evil spell?" I have a review. I think this one is right on the path we're going. This is a review from Amazon for the movie Passengers.
Ooh, it's the Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever else.
A J-Law, little Jennifer Lawrence.
That's odd, okay.
Yeah, they were the hot. Their shit did not stink in 2016 for sure. They were at the peak of their fucking shitty careers. And it's like a sci-fi movie. Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt have signed up for some super crazy space retirement planet. And they go. It's supposed to go into cryo sleep for 90 years, and they wake up earlier than everyone else, and there's a big mystery.
Now we have to have sex.
Now what if we have to be fucking? Carter Benton, a stellar movie with fantastic ending. They title it. I have watched this movie more times than I can count, and I will more than likely watch it many more times because this movie is just that good. I love the cast in this movie, and the story is unlike anything I've ever seen. It has me on pins and needles from the first scene. A man becomes unintentionally alone while also being surrounded by people who can't be disturbed. Such an intense movie and will always be amazing. 5 stars.
Oh my God. I don't know how anybody could say that about a movie that came out within the past couple of years.
Yeah, it is an unfortunately slim list of movies I love that have come out over the past 10 years. Culture is decaying, my man.
How many times? More than you care to count?
More times than I can, than he has the ability to count.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me. There's this fellow local fledgling actor that I don't enjoy the company of, and I remember reading something that he wrote about his favorite actors being like, yeah, I really admire Leonardo DiCaprio and Timothy Chalamet. So you just picked people who are popular
and hot.
Hot. Yeah. I've adored Timothy Chalamet for years now. Like,
Timothy Chalamet seems like a fun guy to be around and seems nice enough for a celebrity for sure, but bro's a Nepo baby. He has no story to inspire you.
That's just like being so infatuated with something as vapid as Passengers. What are you doing?
Like, there's how much good sci-fi is out there, even with this like exact storyline. The last people on Earth type mystery.
That or bad sci-fi, honestly.
There's better bad sci-fi for sure.
The Ice Pirates, I think, is a movie I watched one night because it's got like there's what is it, space herpes? Is there like a fuzzy little monster that comes out? I remember I probably read a review that mentioned space herpes, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna watch Space Pirates to figure out what that's all about.
Yeah, you gotta know. There's no. Sure, there may be twists and turns that the writers and producers put here, but there's nothing in this movie that will surprise your moviegoer sensibilities.
A man wakes up early, he has to be alone. Oh my goodness! Tell me about Sam Rockwell in Moon.
Talk to me about Alien, my man.
Alien. Tell me about what's little Robert Pattinson in that movie that's about to come out. That looks pretty cool. Multiple copies of a Robert Pattinson.
That, speaking of no good movies coming out in the past 10 years, that is one I'm like, this is the first time I've been excited for a movie that has no attachment to any franchise or thing I love. That's just a movie that I want to see because it looks like a good ass movie. I'm so excited.
Passengers.
Oh, another good crypto sleep sci-fi Mouthwashing, the video game. It's about a 2 or 3 hour experience, so comparable to a movie. I highly recommend.
I remember that phenomena passing by. Sounded interesting.
It is an interesting game. If you're a Silent Hill type fan, it's like a compact sort of trippy Silent Hill experience in the low poly N64 graphics, and they do it so well. I can't speak enough to it. What do you want to do? You want to take a little break? You want to fire off a quick review? What's the little plan here?
I feel like we're talking about movies, so I don't know that we'll have much to say about this, but I got a Letterboxd review for Miss Congeniality. Yeah, you know the movie, you love it. This is a review from Ryder, and Ryder writes, she's like one of those people from infomercials in the black and white segment that can't open a cupboard without spilling everything inside. Like, girl, it's lipstick. You know where that goes. 2.5 bags, 2.5 stars.
That's crazy. That's the coolest thing to be pissed at a movie about.
That's true. Like, she's an FBI agent. She should have some level of comprehension of people.
Sure. Some level of hand-eye coordination. I don't think that's too much to demand of a main character.
No. But if she had any level of competence, how would the transformation? Man. You got to see what Michael Caine does with her to make her a human.
Sure.
Which is to say a hot lady.
That's right. It's fucking Michael Caine and William Shatner in that movie, man.
Yeah.
This movie was such a moment for, like, moms in the year 2000, I feel like.
It's Miss Congeniality, Tupperware, the local radio station playing the same Avril Lavigne song.
Every mom in the year 2000 fucked with Sandra Bullock heavily. I cannot even... It's crazier. It's crazier than like 10-year-olds in Fortnite right now. It's crazier than fucking 10-year-olds and anything annoying right now. What has she been doing since Miss Congeniality? She's kind of puttered out after that, I think. Sandra, we need you.
Blindside is the last thing.
Moms haven't been the same since you got off
that
the wagon,
bird box, right? Blindfolded the whole time. I didn't see it. Oh,
is that like that's right, that scary one.
Spooky, yeah.
I think I'm saying The Blind Side set her back 20 years, man.
It was not. It was.
That's some of the worst Oscar bait I've ever seen in my life, and it's not close.
When the subject of the biopic light movie is like, nah, that's not how it really happened.
Yeah, when Michael R comes out and he's like, yeah, I'm not actually a big bumbling idiot. I was pretty good at football and not a huge baby. Can you imagine that? You sell the rights to your life story and they make you, man, how do they not?
Take some white woman and give her all the power.
That is, it is quite problematic as well, isn't it?
Mm.
Hey, but Michael Orr's ass on the poster looks fantastic. So does Sandra's. Just dumpy for dumpy they got going on. I'm sending Matt the poster.
Oh yeah, the color coordination too. That's what really pulls the whole thing together.
Okay. I think we gotta get on a flight and cryo sleep for 90 years. We'll see you after that.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to keyboard sounds. Dear Abby, or thanks, Abby. That's what we call it. Thanks, Abby.
Thank you.
Said it right the first time. Thanks, Abby, or Dear Abby, whatever we call it on the particular day it happens. It's the segment where I literally just find Dear Abby's from the newspaper and read them, because they're kind of uncomfortably or humorously revealing, like reviews are sometimes. It's people bearing more than they should in a public forum, like reviews do sometimes.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. It's very proto-internet. There's people are just writing a letter, they're not passing it through an editor.
It's like you would go to the little message board in Animal Crossing and you'd see oh shoot, somebody's on something about an orange in acre B5. Anyway, I think I'll start with this one. Dear Abby, if this sounds familiar, stop me, but I think these are all fresh. Dear Abby, not long ago, my husband replaced the key entry lock on the front door of our house with a digital one. Ever since, the door does not latch when you go in or out. It bounces and doesn't catch. I've told him it needs to be fixed, but he insists I need to just pull it. Abby, this door always latched before. Workers come in and out of the house, and I'm very concerned. My husband is fighting me tooth and nail on this for some odd reason, and I'm ready to leave him. I told him I will get the door fixed on his credit card if he doesn't do it. He still refuses. I'm done. I want a secure front door. What the hell is wrong here? We've been married 40 years. Do you recommend a divorce attorney? Unsafe in Texas.
I just want to use the doorknob. You would use the doorknob once and know if she's crashing out and overreacting or if she's totally valid.
This is something
that letter.
We need feet on the ground to test it out.
Right. This Abby got helicoptered in to check out this door situation before she wrote the letter.
Abby responds, "Dear Unsafe, I do not recommend a divorce attorney. You deserve to feel safe in your own home. Stop fighting with your husband. Become proactive and get the darn door fixed. Because he won't help, remember the adage, quote, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Then step forward and take charge."
It's good advice. That's good advice.
Yeah,
Ask for forgiveness, not for permission. If he comes home, you spend a couple $100 on a repairman, but the door is working good and you can say, I told you so, worth it. Or a repairman comes and says, I think this is how the door is supposed to be. Then you can say, I'm sorry, husband.
Yeah.
It's a good outcome either way.
And you put the corn niblets on the stove and you have a nice dinner. You've been married 40 years. You gonna let a door stand in the way? Come on.
I just love the escalation of her
insane.
original letter.
What the hell is this?
What the hell is going on? I'm a prisoner!
Dear Abby, I recently found out my 32-year-old distant cousin, male, on my dad's side has been flirting with my mom on Facebook Messenger. For the record, my parents have been divorced for 18 years. I saw this when I was helping Mom set up her new phone, and she received one of the messages. She has asked him to stop, but he keeps sending messages that start with, "Hey, beautiful," "Hey, most beautiful lady in the world," and "Hey, hot stuff." He says he wants to take her on a date and kiss her, even if it's just once.
Ugh.
I know I was wrong for doing this, but I decided to review the whole conversation and other conversations from previous Facebook accounts my cousin has had. These messages go back 2 years, including when he was in another relationship. Neither my mom nor my cousin knows that I know about these messages. I am reluctant to confront my cousin because of how I found out, and I want to avoid causing embarrassment for my mom from that side of the family. But I feel he needs to be held accountable, and to know that this is not okay. What should I do? Knows too much in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin, another terrible wrinkle to the story. The serial killer capital of the world, baby. Yeah, the first thing you got to say is this is a grade A steez. This is some, I don't mean steez as in very cool thing. I mean steez as in gross man thing.
Yeah.
It's made of sludge and disgusting things. Secondly, just talk to your mom. I think is that going to be the Abby advice? Just like, hey, gauge where mom is at on all this and sort of move forward from there. But
yeah, that sounds pretty like sound advice. Abby writes, Dear Nose, your mother is an adult and presumably in her right mind. If she didn't enjoy the attention, she could block the messages. My advice is to stop snooping and stay out of it.
Whoa. No, that's originally what I was on low key before I sort of got all the red flags later in the letter. I was kind of like, that's your mom. Like, she can handle it. But bros had multiple accounts. That's another big red flag
depends
to me.
On
like,
if you're helping mom set up phone and stuff, she might not be super comfortable with tech, apparently. And navigating social media might just seem intimidating in general, so she might not know how to make it stop.
mm-hmm.
On top of that, it's a relation, adding another weird awkward layer.
And the multiple accounts just makes me like, what bridge did
What's
he need
going
to burn
on?
that bad to creepy.
We'll end with this one. Dear Abby, I have an unusual situation and don't know what to do. I've been married for 28 years. My husband likes to urinate outside. We have a patio just outside our kitchen window, and I can't stand the smell anymore.
Oh my God.
Our neighbors have complained to him and have asked me to make him stop.
Oh
I have asked him nicely. I have begged. I have gotten angry, and I have cried. Nothing makes him stop. Last year, he was arrested for urinating in a public park. Please help me figure this out. Oh my God, I forgot. Signed, at the end of my rope in Wisconsin.
This is bad for me. This is bad for our stock here in the Midwest, these letters. If he's been arrested and that wasn't the final straw, that's scary to me. For real, for real.
Yeah.
At first I was like, haha, peeing outside's fun, haha, but bro got straight arrested and he's still got a piss puddle out right under the kitchen window?
That's a bit too much for me. Like I'm in the woods here. As a child, yes. Every boy, as a Boy Scout too, go find a tree, find a rock, do your business.
Oh, boys and girls, of course, camping. I think everyone has enjoyed the sweet, sweet breeze between their loins in the beautiful nature.
But yeah, right next to the vinyl siding, less
than a 30-second walk from a working, clean toilet.
Abby writes, Dear End, for some men, their home is their castle, and their yard is their kingdom. Your husband seems to like marking his turf. Literally. Dogs do this as well. Because you can't make him see reason, it may be time for your neighbors to report him to the authorities for exposing himself in public. And, between you and me, that he would urinate in a public park may indicate that he's slipping mentally, which should be mentioned to his doctor. Full stop.
Yeah, I think so. You gotta, if he's... You gotta fight fire with fire. This is getting to be an extreme circumstance. Like, you gotta get the police on watch for his dingle-dangle pee-pee plans outside your house and shit.
Have you seen this wiener?
Extra stinky pee-pee be coming out of it. That's great. How much pee do you need to have a perma stink spot?
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that. That your wife and neighbors are like,
wife and neighbors.
That's ripe over there, Chuck.
There's got to be a spot on the lawn. You gotta know too. And the thing is, dogs be peeing outside. My partner's dog is a Saint Bernard, about as big as a dog can get up there. He pees in the yard multiple times a day. It don't stink out there, man. It does not. That's so scary.
It's a Chuck problem.
These are some fucking thick, steamy, not opaque at all peas for sure, but thanks, Abby.
Thanks, Abby, for sorting through that.
Oh, the old Wisconsin boys at it again this week. Let's see. I'll read a review. I have a review, and an article, I guess, tandem, submitted by Ben McQuiggan. Thank you, Ben. My man, he's bringing us Iron Man #1. This one came out October 23rd. It's written by Spencer Ackerman. Roxxam and the AIM team take up Stark Unlimited, but they're ready for old Tony Stark. This one, he's a lot angrier than he used to be. Iron Man is going to war. The tagline is, "A new brutal era begins."
Wow.
Ben said in his email, read the book myself, and it was a mess. The review he submitted is by Mr. Gabe Hernandez, I believe here, representing Weird Science Marvel, or Weird Science Comics, I think is his full review site here. Yep. And the review is footnoted. There's a full review. I'll read a couple parts of, but here he writes, Iron Man #1 is a frustrating, annoying, utterly off-putting first issue. New Marvel writer Spencer Ackerman puts Tony Stark through the ringer by making a series of boneheaded mistakes and inconsistent decisions that don't remotely align with Tony's character. This issue isn't an Iron Man comic. It's a comic starring Spencer Ackerman wearing an Iron Man suit, and it's not going to move the needle one bit. 5 out of 10.
Oh.
Those punches were not held at all.
That's awesome.
There is a full review of Weird Science Marvel Comics. You can catch it if you want to see it. I'll just read sort of the first and the last bit. There's most of it is sort of going over the synopsis and tearing it down, but I'll save us that. It's fair to say that bringing in guest writers with little to no track record of writing superhero comics can be a hit or miss proportion. Spencer Ackerman, who most notably developed her career as a journalist for publications such as Wired, The Daily Beast, and The Guardian, tries his hand at writing for Marvel with one of the world's most recognizable characters. Does an outsider's perspective and a pair of fresh eyes give readers an exciting take in Iron Man number 1? Mm-hmm. Well, that depends on your tolerance for mild to moderate cringe.
Oh, no.
And it talks about the state, sort of how Ackerman is writing and treating them. And I'll read the last bit here. What's not great about Iron Man 1? Spencer Ackerman's main plot, execution, and understanding of Tony Stark are exactly what you would expect from a writer without experience writing Iron Man. This comic doesn't star Iron Man. The Iron Man 1 is the writer's self-insert wearing a Tony Stark skin.
God. Oh, yeah, I'm getting like secondhand shame. That's right. For any creative actor or writer, that's the last thing you want to hear is that, right. Yeah, it's just them.
Their self-inserts, I think, done right, are celebrated, right? But the last thing you want to hear is that, that's a Mary Sue, my guy. You're writing a Mary Sue.
Oh, no.
Oof. Ouch. And I always feel bad for the artists in these situations. Yeah. Comic book artists are, by and large, very cool and very... hold the lucky situation they're in of being able to write comics or draw comics for a living pretty highly and coolly. Imagine I'm getting on a brutal Iron Man reboot.
Sick.
And then some like BuzzFeed article dude is your is your writer you're teamed up with.
Yeah, man, I love the movies. Like, oh no.
It's just It hurts. There's a second one. Yeah, I don't know. And the first issue, 7.7 critic rating, 6.8 user rating, pretty middling, I would say. Mm-hmm. But it is sinking each issue, my guy.
Oh, no.
Dive. If you were to write a brutal reboot of any comic book character, who would you pick? I think it's easy for me to say Wolverine, but he's so brutal all the time. Well, his brutal reboots have been done.
Brutal reboot of Garfield, because I want to know why he hates Mondays so much.
Mondays killed my wife.
Yeah. The Batman, the year 1 or the Long Halloween, something like that, where like you understand like that the base of the character, how they tick, why they are the way they are.
Garfield number 1, a new brutal era begins. Rated T. All right. Do you have a review for us, my sir?
I do. I've got a Google review, as fate would have it, from the world's largest Superman statue in Metropolis, Illinois.
Oh, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Sometimes the planets just align. Metropolis, Illinois, I hesitate to call it a city. It's a town. Obviously, Superman's from Metropolis. So they've just got lots of Superman stuff there. One of them happens to be this really tall Superman statue. Fiberglass Superman. I got a picture of a man portraying Superman here. And I think that's the Superman that a reviewer refers to.
Oh, okay. So there's the big statue, and they got some actor guy.
We got some double Superman action here. Harry Johnson, which may not be his real name, I'm not thinking. Harry Johnson writes, "It's a big statue. My wife thought she might try and pick up Superman as a replacement for this old worn-out backbone called her husband. but I'm pretty sure he wasn't having it because he yelled at me, "Happy anniversary. You can come get your wife now, LOL." Attached are photos of the area around the statue. And yes, there's many photos of this guy's wife with that Superman. There's, I guess, just Soups himself.
I mean, what are you going to do if Superman wants to have sex with your wife?
It was a 5-star review. I don't know that I said. Look at that big old triumphant Soups.
That is a cool Superman. Jerry Seinfeld has probably seen that Superman and been like, that's a good Superman. New Superman movie looking kind of, might not be shitty.
Intriguing, yes.
Yeah, I'm trepidatiously intrigued.
It's both not trying to take itself too seriously, but also not super campy, goofy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not like no MCU humor, no silliness, but it looks like Superman. It's not a brutal and brutal and Chungus reboot. Is that what the Iron Man call it? New brutal era. And they got Crypto.
Yeah, when I saw Crypto, I was like, "Oh, this is special."
Yeah, I think I'm just ready for anything after the last era, even for a Superman that wants to fuck my wife,
or doesn't,
kind of.
Frankly, if he's a bit put off, that's cool too.
Well, if he almost wants to fuck my wife and then is a bit put off and decides not to, that might be the craziest course. That might be fun. Might be the best for me.
Superman kind of reminds me of Ricky Ricardo, now that I see him smiling.
Ricky Ricardo would unironically make a great Superman.
Yeah. Where's that reboot?
Let's really lean. Man, I can't wait. And then he shoots his laser eyes. That's reviewparty.com. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the episode here. We appreciate you. Welcome to the Real Ones Club. You're here. Enjoy it. New episodes every Tuesday. That's right. # Tuesday Reviews Day. Real Ones. If you'd like to send in an absurd review for us to muse over, like Ben did. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Please send an email with a hyperlink to the review to reviewparty.com at gmail.com and include your name because we'd love to throw you credit.
If you want to reach out to us in some other way, shape, and form, at the present moment, we are still on Instagram and TikTok at reviewparty.com and Twitter/X at reviewpartypod. You can also just find and enjoy our contents on YouTube. You can find reviews that we have written for movies and stuff. No, it's just movies. On Letterboxd. Or you can go to our website, reviewparty.com, where you can get all of our stuff ever. It's all there.
Click on shop.
Click on shop.
You can find some apparel there.
Click on something after shop.
The American dollar is becoming weaker and weaker. Buy the sweaters while you can. Very big thanks to our buddies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast. You heard it throughout the episode. If you want more great tunes from them, search Nosebleeds, one word. Follow, subscribe, favorite wherever you're listening. If there's like a little bell or for notifications, you can hit that too. That's great help to us. Recommend to a friend. Sign up for Matt's newsletter. Do all that fun stuff. I don't gotta tell you. You know the deal. To reward you for trudging through the plugs, I have a final review to send us off. This is from Amazon. The MLVOC Travel Pillow, 100% pure memory foam neck pillow, comfortable and breathable cover, machine washable airplane travel kit with 3D contoured eye mask, earplugs, luxury bag, standard black.
Okay.
Sort of it's one of those neck pillows, but it's got all the fixins.
It's got a lot.
Got a lot of stuff. This is from user, while not a harsh feeling, these sheets are not soft, wouldn't recommend. They title it, one size does not fit all. They write, too big around for a petite woman. Cannot tight it snug enough. 3 stars.
I was sure that we had some big old melon head here.